Hey Taylor, Viola here. How you doing? I wanted to quickly go through your website here, go through a couple of your competitors, and then just talk about a couple of things I can help you with. So for starters, I love the way your guys' website looks. It's straight to the point, it's clean, it's sleek, very, very well put together. And I love that you guys have an immediate call to action because 99% of the people that land on your site will be using their mobile phone. So it's important that it's easy for them to reach out to someone for their HVAC needs. Okay, let's run through this really quickly. I saw a link up there for contact us, all services, submit, and that's it. Okay, so Google likes to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the homepage, and that's for two reasons. The first reason is because Google has crawlers, and they're crawling the site because they're trying to figure out exactly what areas you serve and what services you offer. So, for example, I see you have your services on here, but imagine if you had this on here a bunch of times, HVAC services in Phoenix, Alabama, or HVAC in Columbus, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, etc. Google's going to be willing to put you higher up in the search results so more people will be able to find you. Let me explain. So when somebody does go to Google and they type in air conditioner repair Columbus, Georgia, or HVAC Columbus, Georgia, something along those lines, the first thing we see are the Google guaranteed ads, right? And those are obviously paid ads. Then we have this section down here, which is uh, Hey Taylor, it's Viola here. How you doing? I wanted to quickly go through your website here, go through a couple of your competitors, and then just talk about a couple of things I can help you with. For starters, I love the way you guys' website looks. It's straight to the point. I love that you have an immediate call to action, which is great because a lot of people land on your 99% of the people that land on your website will be using their mobile phones. So you want to make it pretty, it's good that you make it pretty easy for them to be able to reach out to someone. All right, let's run through this. Contact us. Very good. All right, phone number there again. And that's it. Okay, so Google likes to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content specifically on the homepage, and that's for two reasons. The first reason is because Google has crawlers, and they're crawling the site because they're trying to figure out exactly what areas you serve and what services you offer. So, for example, if you guys had on here a bunch of time HVAC Columbus, Georgia, or HVAC Phoenix City, etc., Google's going to be willing to put you higher up in the search results so more people will be able to find you, and you guys will be able to outrank your competitors. So, for example, if you go to Google right now and you type in HVAC Columbus, Georgia, the first things you see pop up are the Google guaranteed paid ads. And then there's this section right here, and this is what we like to call the map pack. But honestly, these top three companies are getting the bulk of the leads that are coming in for this search. And the strategy to win here is to find out exactly how many citations does the top company have, and if they have 300 citations, then you want to outrank them with at least 400 and every single month after month after month. Now, all a citation simply is your business name, address, and phone number listed throughout different directories across the World Wide Web. So the strategy there is just to find out how many Energy Savers has, and you'll be able to outrank them. I noticed that you guys are ranking for Phoenix City. I think I got it here, right? You're not in the top three, but I think you're like number six, which is fairly good. But you guys cover a variety of locations, a variety of areas. Yeah, here you are. So in order to beat out these other companies, the same strategy follows. Find out exactly who's in the number one spot. They're paying. So Riley Heating and Air Conditioning is in the number one spot. Find out how many citations of different business directories that their business is listed in. If they have 300, make sure you get 400, and you guys are going to beat all of these people in between. Okay, now back over here. So other than that section there, then there's a section down here, and this has everything to do with the content on the page as well as backlinks. And this is what I call the organic section. So I went ahead and pulled this site up because I don't really care about Yelp or Angie's List. And this is a look at their website here, climate control heating and air conditioning. And let's take a look at what they got going on and see if you guys can outrank them with content. A lot of movement tells me their site is a bit dated. We don't have that much movement anymore. Okay. All right, so it looks like you guys can definitely outrank them. They don't have 2,000 words of content on their page, so I would say add about 750 more to your homepage, and you'll be able to outrank them specifically for this location. Now, let's go ahead and hop over to this tool that I use called Ahrefs, and it just lets me see the back end of a website and what's going on with it. I put that same exact company in this tool so we can take a look at what's going on with them. First thing you see essentially is a DR, and this is a power flow from Google. The UR is a trust flow. Both of these numbers are increased by something something called a backlink. And all a backlink simply is where you have another website that has a clickable link on it, and when somebody clicks on it, it transfers them over to your site and transfers over some of that trust and power flow that they're getting onto yours. So obviously this is clickable. This is something I can look into and see how it's working for them and how it could work for you. But I really want to get in front of these keywords. So let's see. I would stay away from all the keywords that say climate control because that's the name of their company. But I will definitely go after the ones that say Columbus, Georgia. So for example, heating and air Columbus, Georgia. This is telling us that 150 people look for this keyword on a monthly basis. This company is in the number 3 position for it, and they get 22 visits to their website just from this one keyword. Actually, you know what, to specify this, let's go ahead and filter this out with Columbus. And let's see if we could take this 519 keywords down a bit. Okay, there we go, 71. So these are all the keywords that I would go after. Air condition repair, Columbus, Georgia. 200 people look for that per month. They're in the number 3 position. They get 23 visits to their website just from this one keyword. So these are the type of keywords that I would suggest you guys have added to your website, because the more people that are able to find your site are going to turn into the more calls you're going to get, and it's going to turn into the more clients and deals that you're going to land. So for example, like these gorgeous pictures back here, even though it's Google robots that are reading the website and they don't really care what the site looks like, you want to save this as a type of keyword that you want to be found for. So this is good because it's telling me that whoever is working on your company, working on your site, kind of has the idea, but nobody's really typing. You see, this has to start with, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. This has to start with the exact keyword. So for example, I would save this as HVAC Columbus, Georgia, and then put your company name behind it, because the people that are needing HVAC help, they don't know Archie. Some of them may, but we want the people that don't as well too. And that's what's going to help you guys grow. So in order to get in front of those people, you got to be able to put those keywords out there ahead of the business name, and then they get to know the branding afterwards, right? So it shows us already people are already in need of HVAC services out there, and that's just one of the many cities. So just to recap, well, actually, before I recap, I'm going to show you guys your business in the same exact tool. This is Archie's Heating and Cooling. All right. And it looks like you guys had some type of work being done over time, you know, so because usually, not even usually, this will be all zeros across the board. But even though you guys are being found for 51 keywords, there are you guys are only getting 3 hits per month just from those keywords. Let's see what keywords you are being found for. Phoenix City Heating and Cooling. Okay, so this is definitely a type of keywords you want to be found for, but there's not enough power being put in on the back end of it. That's what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to suggest that you guys also separate these keywords. You have the keyword for Columbus, Georgia, and the keyword for Phoenix City all going to the same page. So there should be a separate page for Columbus and a separate page for Phoenix City. So look at it this way. Everywhere, every city that you guys want to be hyper focused on should have its own website page. So it should have like a locations tab, kind of like this services tab, and it should have the different locations that you guys want to, even if it's just 2 locations, make it HVAC Columbus, HVAC, Phoenix City. Down in the footer, you could put all the other areas that you guys service somewhere down here. So that way these other cities in between don't feel like, oh, they don't come to me and they're left out. But how that's going to help is because you're going to treat each page as its own business. Because if I go to residential cooling, there's a top competitor for that. If I go to residential heating, there's a top competitor for that. Just like how I showed you there was a competitor for Phoenix City and there's a competitor for Columbus. Okay, that's all I got. I tried to keep this video under 5 minutes. I hope you guys found this very, very helpful. If you have any questions or if you have any concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer them for free. But if you guys want to partner, of course, we can talk about that as well. All my information is in the email. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your Monday. Take care.